5. Ow. None of you died in the last confrontation, I guess, huh?
Not dead, but they were down.
Oh boy, that was close.
It's close. Oh.
One more round and it would have been, well, resurrection.
Oh, Zazzy died. That's right.
Yes.
Hey. My NPC went down.
Oh yeah, 77 wounds. Oh,
She got
super dead.
super dead. Whoa, what? What? That just because... What the hell? Our party sheet is doing weird stuff. There's a gap here. There's a character there or something. Oh, there we go. I had to scroll, it moved it. Hey. Bighorn.
I'm ready.
It's readying up. Let's go. Oh, we're all ready. Sweet. All right. Paul, you want to remind us all shenanigans from last week?
Sure. We were started off in the midst of this fight with the anti-paladin and her various minions of looking undead but not actually undead, ghouls and demons and all kinds of strange stuff. So a lot of us were fighting in another room or out in the hallway while Bighorn was dealing with the silence and the anti-paladin. Eventually he moved away after being hurt, and the anti-paladin, instead of coming out, just closed the doors. In the meanwhile, the rest of the party was dealing with things in the hallway, and eventually, unfortunately, at one point, both Dend and Panty went down, but thanks to Loth and somebody just Loth coming back, able to get Den back up, and then Den was taking care of Panty while others were killing off more of the demons, but some of them summoned some more, so we had a few more in the hallway to deal with. And then eventually got to the point where everything was taken care of in the hallways area, and so we were getting ready to try to go back in. We did manage to get rid of the silence area so we could communicate and kind of come up with a plan. And Bighorn charged down the door, toward the doors, trying to smash them in. It was unsuccessful. Found out they were pull, not push doors. But then I think Den went down and actually opened the doors. And then we were dealing with the anti-paladin and the two things she had with her. They were standing in the doorway, Morin teleported in behind the anti-paladin, and so we were attacking the two at the door and dealing with her up on this altar pedestal area. Eventually, killed off the two henchmen, and she was trying to run away, getting away into the other side of the room. And finally, when the party was able to come in, the final killing blow to her was dealt by Locke. So then we were in here dealing with collecting the stuff, the gauntlets that Bighorn was looking for, and then we have the bastard sword and a whole bunch of other things that this group had. So we're starting to look at those and figure out what to do with them, and continue on from here.
Outstanding. All right, so you guys had collected up quite the hoard of treasure. I don't think anybody was able to identify anything quite yet, right? You need some rest time or something?
Yeah, let's see. I mean, I've got the spell, and now we got these gems. So I guess, but it takes, what does it take, a day? So that's,
well, it doesn't. I mean, it will take some time, right? It's you need to sit down and have full
in town
concentration.
kind of
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Question about the transport via plants. I can only go by myself?
Probably. I think tree walk is like the more advanced version.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Yeah, I think I'll have to take a look at it, but I know the druids do have an ability to bring others with them, but I think that's much later. Right, so you guys find yourselves in this room. You've collected up all the treasure, robbed the anti-paladin ghoul of her belongings, and dispatched of the several strange demonic creatures that also inhabited this place. There's strange writings on the floor just in front of the altar that those of you that are close to those, they kind of give you the heebie-jeebies. There are also 3 large caskets that do not, well, sarcophagi rather, that don't have lids. Let me remove the lock token. Since you guys can move wherever you want to. Oh, right. Shit, that's something I forgot to do. I got pretty sick of the lighting situation. I was looking...
Oh yeah, I noticed I can actually see the room.
Yeah.
Not just like
I don't
weird
know.
sphere.
Did I already do it? Let me check.
I see like
so you
light
have,
rays.
Yeah, you have a torch. What I found out, there's an effect called, is it true? Damn it, it was called Vision. Yeah, it's
called Unreal Engine 5.
No, it's Vision True Sight. So there's a couple different descriptors. There's infravision, which causes your whole screen to kind of turn a reddish color. I think blind sight turns everything gray. Then there's lights, obviously, like light and torches. But then there's true sight, which works kind of like a torch, but like the color is like a torch, but nobody else can see it. So I'm actually going to be putting that on all of you, except for the elves and such, which I just actually removed. Second.
So basically, you can only see what is literally around you.
Yeah.
With
so
whatever light.
So the other players won't be able to see what you see, but we won't have to deal with the whole light situation. As nice as it is, I don't need that kind of immersion. I feel like more often than not, it's just like you guys can't fucking see anything, and it's just obnoxious. You can't see like a token right in front of you.
Yeah, I hear the sounds of combat. It can't be more than 5 feet away, but I don't see it, so I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, that was really screaming up. I didn't know that Dent was literally beside me, all bleeding out and crap. I'm like, man, he's somewhere far away. I got to find him so I can heal him. Meanwhile, right beside me.
Yeah, you thought there was a wall or something, right? It was like, I got to go around.
Turn around!
I I literally thought I was in the corner, dude. That was hilarious.
Yeah, so bear with me. I'm gonna throw
Corner, man.
this.
Get out of here.
Gonna throw this on you humans real quick. You know, and I'll let you know when you can't see. Fuck all. Like. And it's nice because now I can turn on all the maps, like have lighting even outdoors, so you'll only have a limited range of sight. Won't be able to see all the way across the damn map.
That's good.
Yeah, basically you guys will have like 60 feet of true sight, so effective vision. All right. Oh, can give it to more. All right. So what do you guys want to do? You've pretty much ransacked this place.
Yeah, let's see. We're pretty beat up here.
Hey, from
I
a
am.
distance, is there any scrolls in the pile of gold there, or anywhere else in this room? Particularly the pile of gold, though.
Aside from the gold, there's these kind of purple cauldrons in the corners of the room, illuminating the entire room. There's the altar with the strange circle on the ground, and then the 3 sarcophagi on the back wall.
Okay, I'd like to use my identify symbol on the symbol on the ground.
Oh yeah? Okay. Why don't you... Is there a roll involved with this, or what are we doing?
Let me see. With the front of the ward or symbol, you can try to identify the symbol, make 2 intelligent ability checks.
Okay.
If the first succeed, Glyph Scribe determines the type of person that made it
Uh-huh.
and who left the 9. And what? Who left the 9? I don't get that. A second intelligence ability check allows the scribe to determine the general meaning of the rune that was made by that
That's
person.
probably a typo
Exactly.
from converting from the PDF. It's probably who
Okay.
who made it. I'll have to look at that.
Yeah.
So first one's who made it, and then first one's who done it and why they do it or what's it do.
Why they did it. Okay, so who did it and what it does. All right, so go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Is there before you roll though? Does it say anything about failures?
Yeah, I just realized it doesn't say anything about the failures or the threshold for that. It just
Okay,
says
so
intelligence check.
Well, I'm just curious because sometimes there's misinformation on a failure. So it doesn't sound like that's the case. You either just know or you don't know. So in other words, there's no reason to not see the roll. Go ahead and roll your intelligence check out in the open.
All right. I'm intelligent, right?
All right.
I am intelligent.
Yep.
I'm not that.
So you're pretty intelligent, looks like. So you know that this symbol was created by a Tanari. In fact, let's see here. Oh, where'd all my... That's weird. Oh, did I not export it? I think it's called a Maralith, but let me double check that. Check my notes real quick.
Okay.
I believe that's it. Yeah, a Maralith Tanari, also known as a true Tanari, seconded only to the Baelor, which are basically the highest rank of the Tanari versus, aside from the demon or Tanari lords are the only creatures higher. So it's a very powerful demon that put this on the floor. Now make your second check.
I feel useful finally.
Make yourself
But
useful.
you have no idea why this is here. You just know that...
Wait, that was a constitution check, not intelligence.
It doesn't matter. A 19.
I know he failed the other one. I tried. I tried.
It was so hard.
No reroll. Yeah, still a failure. Yeah, you have no idea, but you do know that a true Tanari put it here, so it's probably not something to be trifled with. Lots of guesses, you know. One could surmise that it definitely had something to do with the fact that a drow was here in ghoul form. So,
Mm-hmm.
and there was other demons. So I mean, you can take from that what you will, but you don't have any idea of this why specifically this was put here.
Okay, I'll tell everyone. Guys, we shouldn't stand near this symbol. It was made by a demon, something considered a true demon, a Tanari. But I don't know what it does. But I think those were drow ghouls, so I'm thinking this thing might make things undead that don't normally become undead. That's just a guess, though.
Den
But
takes one full step out of the room and pokes Penny, who follows right behind him.
And lost
That's all
my
this
resident
moment.
lore dumper. All these maps I make that you guys never find anything out about. Sometimes when I'm making these maps, I'm like, why am I creating all this backstory for this shit? Nobody's ever gonna find it out.
That's kind of
For
why
you.
I made Lost, because I remember in the last campaign, I'm like, dang, dude, all my characters are too stupid to even try to.
It's not even about that. It's just typically like, how are you supposed to learn all that information?
Right. Well, I'm trying to be that character.
There you go.
I'm gonna know it all. That's all I got for the moment, but I'm probably gonna use one of my glyph of revealing symbols to see if I can see what's in the room here, but I'm looking at my inventory first.
Okay.
Yeah, on the ground, right around where I'm standing, I'm gonna put the glyph of revealing on the ground. It should be able to pretty much reveal any magical writings or text anywhere in this room.
Well, I mean, the most obvious magic writings are the giant circle with the tens of thousands of tiny runes that you didn't notice before. You thought initially it just looked like solid paint or whatever was used on the floor, but now you can see that it was just intricate tiny runes that were inscribed in the floor itself in some unknown material by the millions.
Am I able to use the same identify on those little runes?
The
Or
little runes
one of
are
them
exactly the same as the large rune.
Oh, okay. This
Just-
guy likes to repeat the same thing over and
Yeah,
over. Gotcha.
just a shitload of them. And they're so small that, to the naked eye, it looks like just a solid line, but with that spell you can see all the tiny runes.
Well, I'd like to implement another cool ability. It's called Read Magic. And with my character, I'm able to
Such a great
read the
ability.
magic runes, but not activate them.
Yeah. So.
But I don't know that language. Damn it. Never mind.
Yeah,
Wait, do I know that? Is it an abyssal?
It is.
Okay, I can read it.
Okay. So the runes. I might not have it. Give me a second. I think what happened was I did some work on that part of the campaign and forgot to exit. I was looking at the map and I just like some of my pins are missing. I think I can still find it. What happens when you work on too many projects? And I started working on the next campaign, and goddamn, like all that has done has made me want this campaign to be over.
You all die. Now we're making new characters.
All right. We still got like probably not quite a year, but we probably got a few months left of this, and I'm like, man. Usually I wait till like I'm about 3 months out before I start working on something else, because I know myself, and this always happens.
You worked a little too.
Fortunately, like I have a lot more writing to do, so I just gotta cool my shit. So it has the name. Oh wait, actually,
I put the read magic spell in the chat. If so you can see it. Reference.
I think. God damn it. The name is. Oh, I do have it. Thank God. Okay. So, oh, good. It's a demon name. I was hoping I gave her a name that was like easy to pronounce, but I did not. I think I can.
Full-on demon name.
Yeah, I don't know if I can drag.
X's and Y's and.
Can everybody see that, or
K's
just
in a
Loth?
row.
I see it, but yeah.
Does anybody else see that?
See what?
Good.
See what? Yeah,
That's
where
awesome.
are we looking? No, I don't know where.
Perfect, in the chat. So
In the chat. See, identify symbol, but I don't see anything
awesome.
else.
So a pro tip, if you guys DM, one thing you can do, you can put a name in the chat box, but don't hit enter, like where you're going to type it, and then instead of hitting enter, drag it from the chat box to one of the character portraits, and it'll send them a message with whatever you have in there. I was able to send him the name of the demon. So you can try to pronounce it if you so desire. I will tell you that, I think your character understands how the names of demons work, and typically saying their names out loud can have consequences.
I'm just going to, I guess, take some notes using the immunis
What?
ability, but basically it's just a magic quill that will write my notes for me.
Okay.
But I'll write that note in my thing on a piece of paper or something and roll it up.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah.
Oh.
Someone's
It's like a gender reveal for a demon.
straight Necronomicon shit going on here. Someone's gonna find it and recite the demon resurrection passages. And, and definitely an N-word.
Definitely.
All right. Do you have the name of a demon on a napkin? What do you want to do now?
Autograph.
Blow your nose with it.
Maybe that's why we say bless you.
Oh, so you don't die from the Black Plague.
Yeah.
Dan's gonna look over his shoulder and be like, "Who's such and such?"
Den isn't smart enough to actually be able to read. Well, he knows how to read. He's just not very good at it.
So yeah, I'll just keep that scroll and I'll tell everyone. Well, I got the demon's name. We shouldn't say it. Bad things that could happen, but it's good knowledge to keep in just in case for later on.
Maybe if he shows up, you can say it backwards. I've heard that's a thing.
I try to recall.
It's actually probably easier to say backwards.
It probably is. But yeah, I got that on my napkin here. Are there any glowy writings coming from the pile of gold though?
No.
Okay. Well, at least the glyph wasn't wasted.
Did we do an actual search of this room?
No, nobody has done an actual search of the room.
We'll do endeavor on that.
Okay. You don't find any secret anything in the room.
Okay. Anybody got any healing left, or did I just take some potion?
Well, I guess if this was our last battle in here, this place is cleared out. I can throw down my leftover heals. But Brown wants to lag for a second, so give me a second there.
Yeah, it looks like Bighorn is just staring off into space. Both Bighorn and Lethay seem to have lost their minds.
Like they're under the influence of some kind of drug.
Almost like they're not here.
Right.
And I could throw another cure light.
Dan just gonna walk over to Locke and go, I really think you should have the other one too. and gives him the potion of invulnerability.
I'll heal the kitty. All right. I think that's good to keep us going. I think I only got one more heal. 2 heals left, yeah. They're juicy, though.
Locke, are you taking the potion? I'll throw it in the party sheet.
Yeah, I'll take it.
You still have a weight icon on your portrait.
I have a. What do I have?
On your portrait, you have the AFK block.
Oh,
There you go.
maybe I was checked out, Doc.
Yeah, I wish more people would use that AFK. It's a nice tool.
Shots fired at me. I feel.
Shots fired at everybody.
Sheldor is AFK.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I'm going to tell everyone that I don't see anything else magically written around here that looks dangerous or anything except the Bane symbol in the middle. People want to do whatever they want to do.
We go over to the symbol and spike the football on it. Well, I think we got what we came here for, didn't we? We got those gauntlets, got this bastard sword.
Wasn't he looking for a belt?
Well, that's also.
Yeah, that's an also. So basically, I know your character. I don't think you were around, but he's got a hammer. He needs a girdle of giant strength and gauntlets of ogre power to get it to activate all of its potential.
Oh, that's why he's so obsessed with those things.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's full power Thor to
Yeah.
get these other things to be.
I'm starting to notice a pattern with Tyler in getting power hungry.
Thorhorn.
Yes.
It's a Thor spot with all of us.
Oh wow. Go ahead and replace your experience by.
I play insane little
What?
people.
Den is level 2? How the fuck did that happen?
That was almost low key funny.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. All right. So you guys are kicking rocks.
Do we go back to town, folks?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, if you want.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go to the pub. I can
Get back to our dreaming. We only got 2 items left to get.
Yep. Oh, to be clear, like, you know, you don't know how many items Lyle's got. You don't know how many are needed. You just know that in his books he referenced 7 items.
Oh, okay.
You don't know how many he actually acquired. So you might.
More is always better, right?
More is probably better.
They're like Horcruxes. There's actually 8.
Yeah. Definitely, like, the more you can appease the Mad Poet, probably the better.
Yes.
All right, so you bounce out of here and head back to town. It was only a few hours. I think it was like a 4 to 5 hour walk, I said. Something to that effect.
Den beats everybody by transfer via plants and goes, I'll see you guys later.
I think the exit point has to have a plant similar to the one you walk into, right?
Yes, and I confirmed before we went in that
Okay.
there
Yeah,
are
you found one in
plants similar
town.
to what's near the inn.
All right. Just wanted, bring that up in case your ass tries to walk across the world or some nonsense.
It's this weird plant that smells like a skunk.
Yeah. Purple sticky punch. All right. You guys make it to Daggerfalls, back to the hell is her name? Molly, I think it was.
Back to our favorite tavern
Yep.
because it's free.
It's free. It's all paid for.
Paid for,
Gotcha,
yes, by the
gotcha.
politician.
That's right.
We're on the dole. It's on the arm.
All right. So, what do you guys? Are you guys looking to do some dreaming tonight, or are you looking to hang out? Just so I know, like. For...
Well, one thing I wanted to ask these guys who know something about this dream stuff, saying, Hey, you notice that we don't ever bring back to when we're awake all this stuff we find for the mad poet. I'm wondering if there's other things we could either find in the dream world or uh, kind of figure out where they are and get us stuff that's more powerful. Because I think it seems like things are getting much more dangerous as we go along here. I don't know enough about that dreamland stuff, but at least some of you know something about it and have read those books.
Well, what I am interested in is maybe we can obtain something or obtain, I don't know. What I've noticed is like, I think we're going a little crazy as we leave the dream world when bad things happen to us. But what if something unbelievably good happens to us? Maybe it'll have a different effect that makes us better in our waking lives. I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I swear Dent thought he was a woman for a minute. I swear.
Yes.
I was talking like a woman? Wow! That explains the other panties that were in my room.
And then Big Horn wanted to cover himself with cloth drapes for some reason. Didn't like the sunlight. But I could have swore
Right.
that he messed with a scary lady at the dinner party. The one that I think was drinking people's souls or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think these bad things happening in the dream world affect us, but maybe if something good were to happen, really good, like we become powerful in some way and get some amazing artifact that maybe would make us better in real life.
Are you just hoping for a wet dream?
Yeah, I was just gonna say to orgasm his way out of the dreamlands and
Well, we could have tested that theory with our paladin, but he's what's a paladin?
but
We
yeah,
have a paladin?
Our paladin he was getting some.
yeah, I didn't know if there's something that you guys have seen in the books about how to locate items, because it sounds like we can go and land right where we want to land to get something, and we know we can try to wake up, so maybe we could obtain something without too much danger. But
So maybe obtain evil dream items to help get the real dream items we're trying to get.
exactly.
I can actually go to the library and maybe look up some folklore around here. I was already looking into planar existentialism and other history of the town. This town is rich in elven history. I'm pretty sure that they have something to do with dreams and other realities in their religion or history. I could probably look into it today. It'll probably take me the whole day though. I don't have Lethay here to pull me into weird landscapes of timelessness.
Yes. Either that or of the two items that we have left, we have this Night Hag Ambassador's Heartstone and Red Webbed Foot. For some reason, the Red Webbed Foot sounds simpler, but it sounds too simple.
I don't know how
Red
long
Webbed
it'll take me
Foot
to
of a
research
dragon?
where those things are. Yeah, I don't know how long it'll take me to research those things without Lethay here to help me as backup, but I'm pretty sure I could research something of the local town history pretty fast.
It will take infinitely longer. She basically puts your ass in a hyperbolic time chamber where you can spend infinite amount of time, which is only minutes in the real world. So to put it into perspective, there's a collection of like 23 to 25 books, and as you're reading through them, like you'll find kind of like on the edges of the book, they'll find cliff notes like in the margins that Lyles had wrote that reference like other books, and then you got to go over, and it's like this jumping game between all these books and the chapters therein.
Dang, I must have become a really good researcher.
Yeah. And sometimes they lead to dead ends, like he thinks he's onto something, and then it's like, oh, that wasn't shit, and then you got to go back to the book and start where you were.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole mess.
Yeah.
It's just, you know,
Kinda
this,
like
this isn't Pathfinder. I'm not going to make you guys make the million rolls that are supposed to happen here. And, you know, we're just trying to get through a campaign, not roll dice all day.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Or we can,
so I can look up something tonight about the local history of this place. Maybe we can find it in the dream world. But I can look at the other thing, but it will take a tedious amount of time.
Yeah, maybe we need to stick with looking for real world stuff that goes with us while we don't have. Well, Lefay seems to be a little bit out of it.
Yeah, she's over in the corner, like just sleeping. She's in her cot. Looks like
Yeah, possessing that demon probably wasn't a great idea.
yeah, probably not. Her and Bighorn looks like you're not sure what's going on with him either, but he looks pretty fucking exhausted. What
I
did
think
you
it's a
guys?
concussion from
What
the
did you guys
doors.
do with the body of Zazie? By the way, did you just leave it back in the crypt?
I would think we'd bring it with us, wouldn't we?
Okay.
I mean, as an elf with a drow, I mean, I wouldn't be the first to pick it up, but
Right. So,
Oh.
I mean, what's the plan with her? Loss? I mean, you're a cleric. It's up to you, and you're not like a
Right.
low-level cleric. Remember, you guys like. I'm not afraid to kill you guys because you guys have the means to be unkilled.
unkilled.
So.
Right. I could have swore I had. Nope, nothing in my scrolls, but let me look at the party sheet scrolls.
Dude, you're
I
like
could've sworn we
level
went through
fucking.
already.
What level are you? I'm pretty sure if you pray for Raise Dead, it's an option. You're level 11. You definitely have. I'm almost positive you have access to it.
Oh, okay.
So,
I didn't reason and look at my spears to see if I had that one.
Raise Dead, I believe, is under healing. So, it's
Does
either.
Raise
It could be necromancy.
Yeah,
but
necromantic.
Does Raise Dead like heal her wounds, or will she come back alive without a throat?
No, Raise Dead sucks. So, Resurrection is much better, but it's way high level. Like Resurrection, you're not gonna get that shit till like level 16, I think. But Raise Dead, if you pass a Resurrection survival check, you will be raised, but you will permanently lose 1 point of Constitution.
A level 5 spell. So
It is level 5.
You get those at a level 11, right?
Level 11, I think, is the level.
Yeah, see, I don't have any necromancy in my sphere access though.
What?
But
Let me see that shit.
I could always cast reincarnate.
You
Reincarnate, yeah.
I believe, if you remember, Edmani, we talked about that, and you do have access to necromancy. Is a major sphere for you, so
I do. I do. I would just have to rest and study up on it.
yeah. So you definitely have somebody in your group that can cast it. If you guys want to bring the drow back to life, wow, you don't have necromancy. Look at that. I guess Daenerys not about that life, or unlife,
Or is about that life.
or is about that life.
Not
yeah.
about
That's
not about
crazy.
that death.
So you'll never get like regeneration, which I believe is also necromancy, which is a great spell.
That's the price of being a bookworm. You're so smart. You're too dumb to get obviously good spells.
I really like the fact that D&D Second Edition has the spheres. I don't know why they went away from those, because they're so. It makes sense. Not every god is going to be into healing. Your deity really drives the spells you get access to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I feel like they oversimplified it, but anyways.
Well, are we gonna hang out in town? Is that?
Sounds like it. I'll be doing a lot of studying.
Yeah, Morin's gonna go do some bar hopping, talk people's ears off about longswords and what they've heard, and
okay.
That's what he likes to do. Just
all right.
BS about history and where they might be.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a charisma check.
If anybody heard anything. Yeah, that's not his strong suit, but
nope.
But he just talks about it.
Yeah, it seems like most people are annoyed with you.
Right.
Dang.
You get a lot of people. A lot of people seem to confuse you with the Knights of Mithranor, and they just it's you get the sense that a lot of the people in town are fed up with those knuckleheads, like these fucking pompous elven knights. Why are they even in Daggerfalls to begin with? They think of them as spies and such. They confuse them with the Harpers. You get a lot of this. And most people they avoid you like the plague. Edmani, what are you doing during the time off here as everybody got back?
I think I need to study. Admani feels like he's maybe gained a little some power, and so I want to study and see if I can learn some spells.
Oh, did you level up?
I did, yeah.
You did. Oh, let's handle that then. You're a human, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're past that level anyway, so it doesn't matter. I just gotta drag and drop. Because we don't have to worry about hit points anymore. You're just gonna get a flat amount. What's your constitution? No bonus. Easy. Alright, so level 12. Get rid of this. Den, you didn't level up?
I leveled up like 5 weeks ago.
Oh, did you? Okay. Alright, well,
I got a long way to go.
oh shit. Edmoni's got access to level 6 spells. Holy crap.
So does Dend.
You guys are like big time. Can't remember. Is Resurrection level 7 then? It must be. That spell is the bee's knees, I tell you what. I mean, you could still, you know, in second edition, you could just not resurrect. As we have seen, it is level 7. Romantic. So close. Well, I'll give, so Edmoni's just praying then, or whatever. Yeah, I guess praying to Kasuth. Learning
Yep.
new ways to wreck house with fire. All right, so let's go down the list here. So let's Locke. What do you want to do as you get back into town?
I want to go to the pub.
I mean, you guys are living in one basically, or do you want to go to a real pub?
No, I'm just gonna go start drinking. I'm kind of just enamored by the glow of my sword. I'm just kind of
All right.
zoning out at it.
Yeah, you can't seem
Is he in a
to.
darker mood than usual?
Yeah, you can't seem to stop staring at this sword. You guys have, well, I mean, those of you that have taken notice to Locke at all have noticed that, like, he hasn't sheathed the sword since he acquired it. He's just been staring at it. All right, then, let's see. Den, what do you got going on as you guys get back?
Dend is going to spend some time going out to the farmlands or whatever's around the area and just try and increase their productivity and, you know, druid stuff.
Oh, yeah? Oh, nice guy. So they're turning,
I like it.
turning the milk, or the cow's milk to fucking cottage cheese and shit.
Yeah, he goes and tells the farmers, you know, after speaking with their cows, look, the cows really like the western passage, area versus the eastern.
You're actually
Find the eastern pastures.
You actually going to talk to the farmers?
I'm going to talk to their animals, and then I'm going to talk to the farmers. And tell them what the animals say.
Charisma check on both. Tell well you get along with the cattle out here.
What if the cows don't like you?
They're not jungle cows. Yeah, you're used to
Where's
talking
for
to
the
Water buffalo?
All right, yeah, the animals all love the shit out of you. The people, however, yeah, you know, they're
Tolerate me.
No, they like you. A success by 4 is quite a bit. So people are very thankful. Almost immediately, like a lot of the ranch hands can tell that the mood of the cattle and goats and such have changed as you're out there helping them doing druidic shit. Let's move on to
Doing
Lost.
what a druid does.
That's right. What are you doing, Lost?
Well, I'm saddened that he decided to do farm animal stuff right when I need to do research. But I'll reluctantly go to the nearest library and start toiling away at some local lore before going on to our next big item. So I'm going to see if there's anything that we can acquire physically or dreamlike possibly in this area.
Oh, you do some hardcore studying.
And last time you had me rolling some history about elven culture out here or something. I went with. I was doing history of astral in religion, typically Faerunian.
All right, let me take a look. I always forget there's a skills tab like in the combat tracker, so I don't like ask you guys or go to your character sheet.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
I see no such thing.
Right here. You make charisma check too. Stuff over.
I could use
That's
that.
the worst roll you could have had. All right.
I swear.
Yeah, so nobody's helping you. There seems like everybody's too busy to assist you in the
I'm just
library
big
on
and
this day. Yeah, but you do seem to you find a strange letter that kind of tucked away in what appeared to be like an old journal. It was in this library that you're in, and it seems to suggest that there was a young dwarf that walked out towards the mines, pretty close to the Great Desert. There's an old city out there that used to be a massive dwarven mining community, and he had gone out there in search of some new land or new mine claims because he wanted to make his own fortune. And he had it. He in his journal he writes that he thinks he had a couple good findings, and then about towards the end of the journal, you can tell his writings get excited. He thinks he has found something very good. He plans on going out, look at it. And there is no other journal entry, though he does leave the coordinates of this location. And he also mentions in the journal that he has, for some reason, over the last couple times just kind of surveying, he's heard whispers in his mind. He's not entirely sure what to think about it, so he decided to leave the journal at the library just in case something should happen to him.
Okay. Sorry. My keyboard is stupid loud, so I had to mute myself while you were saying all that. All right. That sounds like a lead. I can tell the others. How long? Well, however long it took me. Once I'm done and I'll head back, I'll immediately try to gather the guys around to tell them of that.
All right. Well, it's gonna be a while because everybody's out. Locke, are you just looking to drink, or are you looking to strike up conversation? You looking to do anything specific?
No, man, I'm just
by yourself?
Yeah, I'm just staring at my sword.
All right. So if nobody's doing anything too crazy, then we'll say that everybody makes it back to the inn. You're welcome to stop me if I'm rushing you too fast. Nope. Okay. So everybody makes it back to the inn. You can see that, both Bighorn and Lethe, are still drooling upon themselves. Looks like they're out. And, yeah, everybody's there. What do you guys want to do? Anyone want to say anything?
I'll try to gather up everyone.
Hey, do you find out anything?
Huh?
Very large but soft human.
Oh, yes. So I'm gonna plot a whole bunch of notes like a complete bookworm. So I found out about this area in the Great Desert. A dwarf apparently found a really good mine of some sort that he wants to investigate, but he heard whispers near the mine. Whispers.
Dan's going to stop you for a second. He's like, a dwarf was out looking for a mine? Why does this sound like a bad joke?
Well, probably is, because this dwarf gave up on going to the mine. That's the bad punchline. That's something they don't normally do. But he said that there were whispers near the mine. Whispers usually mean artifacts or something magical, or maybe just some bad monster of some sort. But we could probably try to find the mine. He left the coordinates for it. But unfortunately, there's no indication of what's there. It's just a really good mine that he is really excited about. I could tell from the writing that he was extremely excited, looking at the strokes of his cursive and the widening of his letter A's, especially. So what do you guys think? Do you want to go look for this mine, maybe? Otherwise, I can continue researching or just try to go for the next item for the Mad Poet. But I do dread the amount of time that's going to take.
How many Mad Poet items do we have?
We have
I
1,
think
2, 3, 4,
5.
5 of 7. Of the list that we have 5 of 7.
Do we want to go with that and go to the Mad King Poet, whatever his name was, and just say, hey, we got these items. You think this is good enough?
Maybe. I mean, the combat has been kicking our butts a little bit.
But what if he's not happy? He could be kicking our butts even more.
That's why we need to identify my bracers and get me a fucking belt.
You see,
Holy
Bighorn
shit!
just snaps out of his dueling.
Congratulations, Cameron.
Thank you.
Congrats, man.
She's finally home. It was a little stressful, but yeah, she finally got to come home.
Awesome, bro.
Nice.
Little Miss Artemis Susan Hunt.
Nice.
Ooh,
That's a great name.
nice.
We thought so too. But yeah, no, she's doing real good. But because she was a little early and because Mom and her didn't share the same blood type,
What?
she was at risk for baby jaundice. So they had to keep her in ICU or NICU and just did phototherapy. So they just basically blast her with like a light UV light. And then that helps her body do what it needs to do to keep what's called bilirubin, which everybody has it in them, but with infants it can spike and then really mess them up.
They also pop them full of vitamin C, right?
I think vitamin D.
Yeah, D.
There are other things, but the phototherapy is like tried and true. The NICU doctor that we got was like a specialist in this, so
Awesome.
she's not really seen it to where it hasn't worked type thing. And it's all just a matter of time because the baby's liver isn't where it needs to be just yet because she's a preemie. So once you get past like the first week of life and the levels stay at a certain level or more importantly don't rise past a certain level, then she's good and she's never going to deal with this again in her life. So yeah, that was just why it took a little bit for her to come home.
So you opted for the premium baby.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, I mean, she wouldn't be my daughter if she didn't pull something like this, because I was a preemie, but, I did the whole umbilical cord wrapped around my neck and then was, like, in an ICU for, like, 2 weeks, whereas she
did it to himself.
didn't even make it a full week. So,
No life's gonna.
oh, yeah, no, that's the joke I have now is, like, when I was in the womb, I was like, nope, I don't want to deal with this. Fuck that.
He was suicidal before he knew what it was.
Exactly. And then it came back later.
The count if you're not born yet?
Well,
But,
awesome. It's almost 7. Let's do this since we got Bighorn coming in. Morn, I think you were going to take some time as everybody is together to identify this nonsense, all right?
Yeah, because I've got the gems I took from the sheet, so I can identify the start with the bracers and work our way through. Because you said that basically everything we found there was radiated magic, right?
Yeah. So,
Remember
and
correctly?
just to clarify, I'm not trying to cut the conversation off. What I want to do is I
Mhm.
want to take a break so we can talk and just kind of be leisure about this
Mhm.
while I pause the stream. And while we're doing that, I will identify all the items. So let me, yeah. So if all the one people
Yeah.
probably that are
Sounds
watching,
good.
yeah, I'm gonna pause this real quick, and also so it's not on YouTube talking about this sort of stuff. And we'll be right back.
Four of them, but it would only let me memorize three of them.
Oh yeah, let me fix that. And also, I think we've been muted for quite a while, so I'm gonna have to edit that. I think when we get to the YouTube. Luckily, it's not anything too crazy.
Since Big Horn got here.
Did you want me to roll for fresh spirit summon if we're doing a long rest?
Yeah. So here. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and roll? I forgot I made it so you could do that. Air Spirit again.
Cool.
All right. Let me.
Bighorn keeps floating those air spirits.
Yeah.
That was the.
What did you eat, man?
That was like my primary one I picked to start with. Have a little bit more of affinity towards it.
All right. Give me a real quick minute. I'll be right back.
I don't know what kind of spell I should get for this guy.
All right, I'm back. All right, how we doing on spells? And Monty, you ready?
No, it won't for some reason.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
Maybe I'm only supposed to know 3 4th level spells, but it says I should know 4. But it won't.
Yeah, no, it's. I'm sure it's messed up. It's the clerics always run into this. So 4th level spells. So you are trying to memorize. Dang it.
I was trying to memorize a 4th one, a plant door. I was going to take.
Okay. Try again. It work?
There it is.
Okay. Yeah, I'm about to do what I do for the wizards and just make it so you have bubbles to check instead of. Man.
Yeah, that's very good. I like that.
Yeah, it's so much easier to do.
Easier than the numbers too.
Yeah, for some reason, like toggling on and off. The only thing is with the clerics, like their spells are not. They kind of have to memorize them, unlike the wizards. But maybe I don't know. I'll think about it. Just don't want to make clerics too overpowered, where they literally have access to like every spell. All right. Before we get started here, does anybody have anything they need to do, administrative wise? No.
Not me.
All right. Okay. Well, let's get into this then. So you guys, you spend the next couple days lost. You're the only one that knows where the hell you're going. You don't have any little direction sense or anything. So I am gonna have you get a wisdom. I am gonna have you make a wisdom check. There's a penalty here, which I won't tell you what it is, but go ahead and make your wisdom check, and I'll tell you if you pass.
Here comes a nat 20.
Right? Holy shit! All right. So after the first day, you think you're doing a pretty good job of navigating everybody towards the and by the way, Zazie is not with you.
Brooding?
Yeah, she's a bit broody at the moment. Kind of a culture shock for her to go from drow to whatever the hell she is. Old beautiful human man.
I just picture Harrison Ford smiling at somebody.
She's much better looking. She's more like oh man, what's her name? Lion.
That one that plays in Narnia?
Huh?
The one that played as the witch in Narnia?
No, there's this character named Lion in a game that I'm thinking about. Right, like
Lion.
envision her hair. I think it's a Final Fantasy game, but oh no, it's Final Fantasy 14 or Final Fantasy 11, excuse me. Look up Lion from Final Fantasy 11, and that's what I see him as. So that's a female character, but that's what I envision the male version of this as.
Dos Equis guy?
No.
That's what I put.
I'll put a picture later.
Oh, okay. Chicken yellow with reddish hair?
Yeah.
Reddish brown hair?
Mm-hmm. And then we are...
Without oops for this guy?
But you did say male.
Yeah, it is a male. But very beautiful. So petite looking. Very confusing.
That man has beautiful breasts.
Sans breasts.
Oh yeah, Frankie, how are we determining the strength of the spirit I summon?
Oh, isn't that in the roll? I thought. Let me double check. Oh, I think I just let you choose whether you want to make it minor or moderate. You don't have access to greater yet, so you just choose.
Just the okay, so that one can go down.
Should he choose before the roll happens?
No,
Probably.
he doesn't have to choose before. He can choose after. Trying to find. Oops.
Minor.
Now I have an image of Bighorn holding. He's meditating, but he's holding job interviews in his head. No, not good enough. Next one.
Kinda.
Little mini seance.
All right.
I got a minor. I wanted a better one than that.
So you
Go
guys-
next.
You guys are heading to the Anarok Mountains. So Anarok is the Great Desert, in case you were curious. All right, and I need another roll from you as you're getting into the mountains there, Loth. It's not super hard to get there. You just follow the Tesh River. Hey, nice roll. And after another day of travel, you're pretty sure this is the cave that was spoken of in the journal.
I guess I should have been a ranger.
Or a tour guide.
You just got lucky.
All right, so you're at the mouth of this, basically this cave. As you come up to the entrance of it, it looks like it goes pretty much straight down. You're gonna have to spelunk in there. It looks like.
Any strange sounds around?
Roll a percentile. Don't have any
Frankie.
thieves. Yeah, what's up?
I want to send my air spirit down the shaft and look around if it can,
Okay.
and come back and report to me.
All right, so you do that, and more in your listening, you don't hear anything out of the ordinary. Warren, it's hard. You're in the mountains. You just hear the wind is just buffeting you. Very windy today.
The dwarf was just drinking too much and hearing things.
And after a while, Bighorn, you get the sense as your spirit is talking to you that something is not right down there. The walls seem to be alive, and it gives you the sense that the floor and the walls and the ceiling are almost like a spongy material, as if the whole cave itself is actually living.
Tremor!
Guys, I don't think we should go down there.
It did say
Land
how
on an
he,
asteroid.
Sounds like a giant stomach that we're going to be going into.
it did say that the dwarf didn't go into the mine. So where would you go right now if we were dwarves? Where would we go?
I don't know, but
We walked all the way here to just not go in?
Well, then somebody needs to throw a fireball down there first. Maybe 2 or 3. Because apparently, according to
Den's
my
gonna
buddy
reach
here,
into his backpack, pull out a torch, sit there and fumble with it for a little bit, light it, and throw it into the hole.
because apparently it's just coated in some kind of living tissue down there.
Can I use a power? I'm going to use Speak with Monsters.
You have to be able to see a monster to do that.
No.
What if he can see his guts? Is that a cave opening or a mouth?
Both.
Yeah, that's the question.
Mm. Hmm.
Maybe it's an
fucking
anus.
Could be that too.
I feel like I'm in Dune.
Well, I don't have anything special to get us in or out of a situation that would be bad if we went in
It's
there.
the anemia.
She's sleeping too much.
No, me.
All right,
I'm out of this.
what's the plan, gang? Stand at the mouth of this cave, just staring in.
Yeah.
You came all this way. It's been like a day and a half.
Staring into the mouth of a mouth, more like it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like wander off, like swinging my sword in the air.
Den,
Oh my god.
Den did throw a torch down, and I'm just waiting to see what happens.
All right, it's been a while. Nothing has happened.
Well, here's a question: does anybody have any rope, or is this just a moot point to going down?
I mean, I'm gonna listen to what my spirit told me. I don't particularly want to go down there. Again, if somebody wants to fire a fireball straight down, because yeah, that might cause a reaction.
What was that about
Bonnie,
fireball?
Do you know Fireball?
I think Edmani knows fireball.
What am I attacking? Just the darkness?
Just fire it straight down the hole into the cave.
Frank, can I recall anything in all the years of books I've been reading about any tales of living caves or something?
This guy. Take a look at what you got.
It's in a book. It's reading rainbow.
Well, I don't really need a big excuse to throw a fireball. I'll do it. I'll throw a fireball down into that and see how far down it goes.
All right, is that what you do?
Yeah.
All right, Edmani just steps over, pulls out a little bat guano, puts it on his hand, and then launches it. Turns into this little kind of pearl-sized bead of red. A while later, you hear an explosion down there. Kind of lights up the area. You see, Edmani, as your eyes adjust to the darkness, looking down into the cave, you definitely see colors of pink and purple and undulations. And then it is gone. A loth. Nothing. You've never. I mean, there's certainly like instances where you've heard of creatures that mimic certain things to entice victims to enter them and, become part of their stomach. But you have not actually seen any.
So I didn't see it like explode on anything or.
No, it was pretty deep down there too. You'd say, if you had to guesstimate, maybe 60 to 80 feet, somewhere in that neighborhood. You could possibly climb down. There are like rocks and such. It's a long way down.
So the cave that we can walk in, or do we have to spelunk in this bad boy?
You have to spelunk. Yeah, it's a mouth opening that goes straight down.
Oh. Okay.
It's in the title. He said a mouth opening.
It's more of a hole in the ground than a cave that you would walk into.
He's backpedaling.
I mean, it's still a mouth. It's the mouth of a cave.
Well, the cave's been here for a while. I mean, the guy's old journal still was in the library, and the cave's still here.
Do we have an idea how old that journal is? Or is it just old?
I didn't get that detail.
It doesn't ask that detail.
You didn't look at the copyright date in the front?
Nope. Look at
There was, it's a journal. I'm certain there's going to
120
be
DR.
Yeah.
I would have thought that would have been an obvious question. How long ago did he leave the book?
Yeah,
that
what
was-
kind of researcher doesn't make a bibliography?
Not a question I was asked.
You know, this library, they really take care of their books. So it's really hard to date them. I mean, there were some elven books that were 1,000 years old that looked like they were just made yesterday.
Of course.
How do you know they were 1,000 years old?
Oh, the librarian in a very rude tone told me.
So you asked about them, but you didn't ask about this journal.
It was more like a few notes stuck in some books, apparently. Either way, I mean, it's got to be over a week old, which is probably more than probably quite a few months old if a dwarf around town left a journal.
So
Falling a dwarf's always
this could be
falling.
the world's greatest practical joke. Send some people out.
I'm just out there swinging my sword in the darkness, watching it glow.
We should have kept the drow's dead body to drop down here.
We could go down the cruel route. It's not very ethical. But I can summon a mount of any kind, and then we can lower the mount into the cave. And well, if the cave's hungry, it will swallow up the mount, right? Yes, I know it's unethical.
Gonna send an animal down into a cave and hope that it dies so that we don't have to?
It is a
Two
summon.
What
druids.
the hell did the animal do to you?
We got a perfectly good animal right here. You don't have to summon one. There's a cat right there.
Like at that. Jensen goes to the animal, and the cat goes, "No fucking worry!"
Okay, this is ridiculous. I'll go down the thing.
All right.
I'm not afraid of dying.
Admoni starts going down. Admoni, give me a dexterity check.
Remember these last words.
Remember these last words. Got it. That's what's going on the
Get
tombstone.
ready to roll a new. Hey, success by 0. Admoni, you make it all the way down. As you get down there, you find yourself in a large, kind of circular-ish room. The entrance is made out of some sort of like kind of bluish material. The walls themselves kind of undulate, and they give off this kind of soft light glow, and you're not sure what the color of the floor is, but when it mixes with the blue that is coming off of the walls themselves, it kind of creates this eerie, otherworldly atmospheric glow. The walls seem to heave as if breathing, and it's hard to tell whether that's due to the glow or the luminescent material, or if the walls themselves are actually breathing. The scent of the cave is musty and damp. There are hints of moss and earth. It's thick and humid, and the air is it's super heavy with moisture. There's the smell of pools of water that are present, and a slightly kind of fishy and briny note to the scent. The luminescent material that seems to be used to create the walls give off a faint kind of phosphorescent odor as well, adding to a slightly metallic and almost electric smell. You also notice that there seems to be a soft whispering sound that echoes from the walls themselves, almost like shuffling noises can be heard throughout the area as well. There's narrow and winding passageways that lead off from the stairway, or I guess kind of rocky stairway or whatever it is that you've come down. And yeah, so you find yourself. Also in the area, there's kind of these. They're almost like little chimneys throughout the room, and every once in a while they kind of puff, and there's steam that comes out of them. That every time that happens, you get this scent of moisture that just kind of burns your nostrils. It's kind of sulfuric, and yeah, I think that's enough of a description of what you're dealing with here. So I'm going to put you on the map.
Sulfuric, but not like methane gas. I can assume.
No, it doesn't irritate, but it's like, it's almost like someone kind of broke wind a few minutes ago, for lack of a better word.
Bighorn.
So Morin, having had Monty go down there, he's like, this human sees me, so he'll follow him down in there.
Okay.
Dan's gonna be right behind, going, however you want to get down, Panty. Just watch out for him. Pointing to the one who threatened to send the cat down first.
It was merely a suggestion. There was no.
Is the ground like that too? Is it kind of squishy or?
The ground's pretty solid, actually.
So you said dexterity check?
Yeah, go ahead and make dexterity checks if you're coming down.
Warren is in front of me, so we'll go to him first.
There we go.
All right. Den, you slip a few times, but there's enough handholds and such that you can grab your way. You don't plummet, but you do find it kind of difficult. But you do eventually make your way down and notice all the things that I have described.
I'll just cast Airwalk and walk down.
All right, Loth comes down. All right, so we just have Bighorn and Locke.
I'm gonna stay up.
All right, Locke's not going down. Bighorn, you going down there? I think Bighorn is with child.
Yeah, just moving away from the entrance so that if somebody
I'm gonna unlock you guys.
falling on him. Panty's coming down too.
Falls to her death.
Panty literally falls. I need Panty to make a system shock check as she bounces off the walls and such on her way down.
Shock check.
Would I cast something on her if I saw her starting to fall?
Yeah, she's making a lot of noise as she bounces off the walls and shit. What do you got that you can cast on her?
Featherfall?
You have that?
Do I have to yeah.
Do you have to touch her for that?
Let's see. Is it a range? 10 yards per level.
Oh, okay. So she's like, it looks like she's about to fall and take an extreme amount of damage. And fortunately, Morin is quick on it and casts Featherfall, and he just floats to the bottom.
As he does that, he just looks over his shoulder at Den as he brings her down.
She's trying to do the flipping cat thing, but it's too slow and it's like looks incredibly awkward.
All right. So as your group is kind of commingling or congregating rather down here, it's eerily quiet. You see that there are a few passageways, two to the south and then one to the east and west.
Den's going to try and concentrate on the voice and see if it's saying anything particular.
Make an intelligence check. What languages do you?
Languages that I speak. That's in the notes page, isn't it?
I see.
Mind if I do that?
Oh, I can see your languages. I got it. Let's see. You can speak
Is it okay if I do the same kind of check?
There's not really a check per se. I just have to look and see what you can
Okay.
speak.
Yeah, I speak Naga, Lizardman, Twaddle, Common, and Druidic.
Yeah.
I'm guessing low chance of any of those ones.
Yeah, none of those seem to be the language. Oh my god, this fucking law. But none of this. Sweet. All right. You don't understand the languages either.
Okay.
The Glyphscribe should speak any language that are spoken by natives of whatever.
Glyphscribe can.
Yep, that was one of their. I remember from mine. but I guess it's only if somebody who speaks it is around. So it's that would have to be like
Languages. Let's see. Glyphscribes can speak any languages that are spoken by native. Oh, and the crystal sphere that immediately surrounds it, realm space. So essentially, like your solar system.
Yeah.
So you can speak
Well, it says
anything.
here.
Yeah, you can speak anything on Abir Teril, which is the name of the world in Forgotten Realms, or the crystal sphere that immediately surrounds it. So essentially, you can speak anything on Abir Teril or the solar system immediately.
But only
thereafter.
when face to face with someone or something speaking that tongue. Right. That's when.
So yeah,
maybe
this
that
is
was-
just a voice in your mind that you are not familiar with, Loth, which is very disconcerting because as a glyph scribe, you pride yourself on the ability to recognize languages. And as you're heading over this way, Morin, you see that on the walls there's a ton of pictograms lining them, as well as the let me backtrack here. So the walls themselves have pictograms of strange creatures that have kind of octopus like appendages coming out of their bodies. And yeah, the images are the images are hard to discern because of where you are. You've never seen anything like them, but you see these weird creatures with octopus-like arms and large beaks. They're kind of crude. They seem to be trying to depict some sort of event that's happening, you think. And then you notice in the ceiling there are all these honeycomb perforations in it. Were you talking, Bighorn?
I just got back from watching Little One, so I don't really know what the hell's going on.
Oh, sure. So everyone except for Locke went down into the pit. Did you want to go with them?
Not particularly.
You gonna hang out topside then?
Yeah, me and Locke are gonna be smart people and err on the side of caution.
All right, then
the cult of the tween killers are gonna hang out.
Sure, then you two can sit by and listen as I.
That's fine. That's fine.
While I'm swinging my sword, I glance over and I wink at him.
Okay. Yeah. Locke has just been enamored with the sword, just swinging it around. All right, Morin. So that's what you see as you come over. You also notice that as you're kind of looking around, the rooms aren't actually circular. They are. The room itself has angles and seems to be more of kind of a honeycomb cell in shape.
Doesn't look so natural. These pictures mean anything to you guys? You're a little more learned people than me. I'm more martial.
Yeah, I'll take a look at the pictures.
Over here a little bit just so they can come in.
I mean, I'm all about written language, but I don't know if pictographs would count.
I will allow you to make a intelligence check.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? You got a skill that might maybe be useful. What I can give you is that the pictograms look like that of a creature that is not of this world.
Ooh, can I use any astral?
That's what I just rolled.
Oh. Oh, I'm gonna tell them that I think we're dealing with Aliens. Something that's not natural to this world, of course.
No such thing as aliens. What are you, crazy? I mean, just
And I'll start
elves and dwarfs
researching
and gnomes and humans.
alien studies of them. Well, I did read the book of the blah 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 blah, and then there was the book of blah 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 about these blah 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 creatures that were actually real.
Just walks away. Drones off. And people say, I'm annoying. Oh.
Yeah, the corridors that you walk through, they seem to, like, as you come through them, they seem to press in, almost giving you a claustrophobic feel. Seems as though they react every time you walk through them. The larger rooms don't seem to do that, but the little, like, kind of passageways really suck in on you as you try to step through.
I think they do the opposite.
That's a strangely symmetrically shaped room.
Oh. You like that?
I mean, it's almost like telling me to stop. Like, go any further.
Nobody's having any vision issues in here, I imagine?
Nope.
Okay, good.
Alrighty. This is getting tight squeeze.
Yep. Yeah, it definitely gets tighter as you come in, and I need you to make a strength check, actually, as you're walking through, as the walls in this area really squeeze in on you. But not too bad. They just kind of, they make you feel uncomfortable as they're touching you. But as you, like, push through, they give way and let you go through.
I see trees ahead of me underground.
No, you don't see trees. I will tell you what you see, though.
Bushes? Some kind of plant. It's unusual.
Yeah, so as you come into this area, you see that this chamber is filled with many large, soft mounds of what looks to be some sort of spongy material. And as you get a little closer, you see 3 of them have these large creatures sitting on them. Oh man, how do I describe these? Okay, so they have, it literally looks like a giant brain, but at the tip of the brain is a beak, and on the bottom side of the brain, where the stem would come out, are just lots of writhing tentacles. And even though these large brain-like creatures are sitting on the mounds, their tentacles just seem to constantly be moving about and feeling the area around them. And the whispers as you get closer to this room grow really intense.
So, what do you guys make of this? Speaking of aliens. And I'll look over my shoulder and then point at the brains. I'm sure I have no idea what these things are. Don't see these in the forest.
Yeah, certainly not.
From the way in the back seat here, with me in the rear with the gear, can I try to identify the brain thingies?
Yeah, go ahead and make an ancient history astral check.
He's our ancient aliens guy.
He is.
Conspiracy theorist, yeah.
Ancient astronaut theorist, I believe, is what that guy calls himself.
Ancient astronaut theorists say that...
you have no idea what the fuck these things are. They're definitely not of this world, though.
Not dangerous, do you think?
I usually think anything with a tentacle is dangerous. I mean, I've read a lot of books about octopus and squids and krakens.
Okay, well then we can just kind of
anything with tentacles seems to wrap its way around things and strangle them, and then munch on them with their beak, and then devour them.
And they're not coming after us, are they? So we can just come back out of here?
Chilling.
Okay.
All right, Morin, I need you to make a saving throw versus spell.
Okay. Or fail a saving throw versus spell.
Okay. All right, so Morin, he just turns around, walks this way, right past Edmani and Loth. He walks down this hallway here, and see what Loth can see. Loth can see pretty well. All right, so Loth, you're walking, kind of watching him. He walks over this giant hole in the center of this room. You see,
Does he look odd in his walk?
he just stops, looks down the hole, and then jumps right into the hole.
Dang it!
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
I'll be like, Morin just jumped in a hole. Get over here, guys.
Morin, as your mind becomes muddled for a moment, and then you feel yourself. Oh man, you feel as though you're being given birth to, for lack of a better term. As first you feel like this sense of vertigo and this free fall. You don't remember much. Like, you remember looking at these strange brain creatures and then nothing, and then all of a sudden you feel like this pit in your stomach as you're falling, and then you feel this comforting like embrace as your fall is slowed, and then you're just like gingerly set down on the ground. And
So
you find yourself in the center of another, what is this, octagonal room, or what's six? Sextagonal? Is that right?
Something like
The
that.
8 octagonal. They're 8.
This is
1, 2, 3.
octagonal. This is
5, 6,
8
7,
sides.
Yep.
So octagonal room with more of these spongy mounds that adorn the room. The walls are lined with odd crystals. These protrusions in the wall seem to hum ever so slightly.
Den is going to
Get
yell
here.
back up the pipe to the two that are waiting outside and go, "We need some help! Someone just jumped down a hole!"
We told you.
You also see, as you're down here, Warren, this large octopus-like creature. It seems to be levitating above these spongy pads that are resting underneath it. It has a pair of arm-like tentacles that are slightly larger than the more complex brain that sits atop its head. Its body is deep purple in color, and it has glowing red eyes that are just staring at you. It also wears a strange crown on top of its large brain that seems to be made from the same crystals that are adorning the walls. And the crown itself gives off a soft blue light. And its brain is undulating and kind of pulsating as it moves towards you. There's no eyes to speak of, but it does have this large beak in the center of the brain. And you feel a voice within your head that says, "Mortal, why have you come here? Speak quickly, or know that I will devour your very memory."
Well, we heard about this place back in town, and knew there was somebody that came out to check it out and was turned away by the voices, but we decided to explore further, to see what was here.
You notice that there are 3 others of these, about the same size. They're about 10 feet in diameter. Their brains that seem to appear in the area as well. Odd that they weren't there when you first landed, but they are now. And you just hear all their voices in unison in your mind, and I need you to make another saving throw versus spell.
All right.
Ron Elf.
Oh man, it's everything you can do to like keep your sanity as all these strange voices are assailing your mind at once. But one of them kind of dominates all of them as if it's telling them to hush. And it says, I apologize, mortal. We do not intend to break you, but I cannot promise that it won't happen. You have come to a place that you should not be, but you are here now, and you are our guest. Tell me why I should not feed on you.
I'm happy to leave your place and get out of here as quickly as I can.
I am sorry, but that is not an option. You will entertain me for a while at the very least.
Oh, let's see. Let me check this. Just verbal. Okay. So he's going to try to, because it's just a verbal spell, cast teleport and get himself back to the mouth of the cave outside.
Okay.
Cold-blooded.
All right, so you're very familiar with the area at the least. So go ahead and make your percentile roll.
Alright.
Okay. You vanish, and let's see. So Bighorn, you're standing outside. Locke, you're also standing outside, swinging your sword about, and you both see Morin just appear.
What the fuck?
You guys are right. There's some weird shit going on down there.
So, what's down there? You
Some big,
pretty bad, huh?
10-foot diameter brains and
Ooh, brains. Yeah, I'm really glad I
devouring
didn't go down
and
there.
all kinds
Can
of.
I make a roll to see if I know anything about that?
A 10-foot diameter brain, sure, and
Yeah.
a super huge penalty. But go ahead and make a.
Did you just leave them down there, dude?
Tentacles and
Yeah, with everything he's describing, what do you want me to roll?
Hold on, I'm checking your shit. You don't have
Okay.
anything. Go ahead and make an intelligence check. You have no idea. Just sounds like he's babbling about floating brains.
he is. He's just like pacing back and forth like mounds and brains, birthing, whole. Oh God, why did I go underground? Dwarf, what are you following dwarves for? That was just stupid.
All right.
The dwarf didn't go down there. That was the whole thing I said, you guys.
I know,
He
if a
didn't go
dwarf
down.
can't, then I should have been able to. But I
That
knew I
was
had
the-
that teleport in my pocket.
That was the joke. A dwarf doesn't go down the mine.
Yes.
You guys wanted to go down there.
All right. And Monty,
I
Loth,
figured
and Jen.
walked all the way here. Why wouldn't we?
Right.
But we could have looked around the area. Maybe he just took a right to the other cave. I think I see a cave over there.
Oh, the other cave. That's.
I mean, I could be wrong. It's kind of dark out here. My eyes feel all weird from staring at the blade.
It is a good-looking sword, I must say.
She's gorgeous.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. All right. And Monty, Loth, and
Okay.
Jen. What are the three of you doing down there?
Well, I'm gonna panic, run back to the group and be like, "He jumped down the hole. We gotta tell the others." And I'll run over to the entrance and yell up, "Morin just jumped down the hole!"
Dend is going to run over to the hole and look inside.
It is pitch black.
Is this the hole he jumped in?
That's the hole.
His poor friends are trying to find him, and he just dipped on him.
He's going to light a torch, hold it over top of the hole, and see if he can see anything inside.
Yeah, no, you can't see shit. The torch you can see 10 feet brightly, and then maybe another 20 feet less brightly.
And then he's going to go, Morin, if you're down there, look out! And let it go.
Okay, you let this torch go. And Monty, what are you doing?
I'm gonna follow Den in there and see where what's his name went. Where
Okay.
Did I see him? Well, I saw him run in here, so
You did.
we think he jumped down the thing.
I think at least one of you saw him jump in. Yeah, Loth did, I believe.
I saw him jump in.
Well,
Yeah, Loth yelled he jumped down a hole. Den ran back, said, "We need help," and then ran back over here.
Yeah, I ran to the entrance to yell up to the other guys that Lauren jumped down a hole. Hopefully they heard me.
did you hear? I don't see any light down. Did you drop? You dropped the torch? Did you hear it hit the floor?
Did I?
No.
Did it go out? Did I see a floor before it went out?
It went far enough. You just watched it. You know, you watched the fire as long as you could, and then it just vanished. So it's deep.
Well,
We'll say you
we can't
see
just
like
leave them down there.
You see a little speck of light way down there, but it's so far down, it's not illuminating anything that you can see.
I'm going to come back to those guys and be like, well, the guys at the entrance aren't responding up there.
Okay, well, we gotta go get them.
Suddenly, the
Who
light.
cast Featherfall last
Go
time?
get him so we can look for him.
The little dot of light that's down there disappears.
I don't know. Maybe we should get the other two guys first.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Let's
He
go get
could be
everybody
dead
together.
by then.
Well, if it's that dangerous that he could be dead by then, maybe we end up dead. Just
Who
as
cast
bad.
Airwalk? Dead is pointing fingers. Who cast Airwalk to get down here?
Me?
You should be able to walk down there then. Save his poor ass.
Yeah, but I'm not much of the unknown. I like, collecting knowledge, not unknown thing,
You have knowledge of your friend, right?
You're really
He went
pretty smart for a dummy,
down
right?
there.
Little did he know. ...
Well, I'll pull out a potion and hand a potion to Dent. This is a levitation potion. It'll help you float. And I guess we could both go down there.
All right, I need
Den quaffs it and says, "Penny, stay with Loth."
all right, I need all three of you to make a wisdom check. Ooh. That's it. That was Den, not Panty. You all pass with great success. As you're all like looking at this potion and passing it around to like drink it, you just get this like twinge in the back of your neck, like something is not right. And all three of you, kind of in unison, you look straight up into the honeycomb perforations of the ceiling, and you see about 10 of these strange floating brain creatures descending down on you with these writhing tentacles underneath them. Each of them has like about a 6-foot diameter brain. Then you see in the center of the room this massive 10-foot diameter brain creature ascends with this weird crystal crown on top of its brain. And we're gonna stop there for tonight. Shit's about to get thick.
Den has one word. Run.
The interesting he didn't respond to me yelling up at him.
Oh God.
All right, guys, great job tonight, and congratulations, Tyler. By the
next
way,
week at Money and Loth. Next week we're just not here, and then nothing happens.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's how it works. I definitely wouldn't wait for you all to come back for my creatures to feast upon your minds.
It'll be a very short snack from Den.
Oh God.
Great night.
Well,
Thanks.
Sorry, I led you guys down there and then dipped on you.
Yeah.
See ya.
All right, guys. Great night.
Speaking of practical jokers.
Yeah.